Thank you. You're too kind. I would now like to end by playing a solo on the Lithuanian nose fiddle. Let's have some sanity, for goodness sake. Yes, let's have I'm Sorry I'll Read That Again, with the voices of Tim Brooke Taylor, John Cleese, Graham Garden, David Hatch, Joe Kent and Milotti. And here is John Otto Cleese to set his seal on the proceedings.
Oi, 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 oi.
This is the final program of our series, and tonight's survey is, appropriately enough, the last one. I'm Sorry I'll Read That Again examines love, sex, and marriage. So let's begin with sex. Yes, that was nice. So now, let's get on to love. Without it, what would we all be?
Frustrated.
What is that certain something that first attracts a boy to a girl? No one can say.
I can.
Not on radio. I suppose, really, the special allure of a woman was probably best summed up by an eminent psychoanalyst when he said, the French, they tell us, often die for it.
Oh, I am dying for it.
But to different people, love is many different things. To some it is dancing cheek to cheek on a moonlit balcony with a lissom blonde. To others it is a warm cuddle and a cup of tea by the fireside with a wife. To me, it's a quick snog in the 1-9 with Cynthia Prune of 17 Chepstow Villas. Oh, Cynthia, are you listening? I love you, Cynthia. And we're better to start a study of the ways of love than Cynthia Prune.
No!
Oh, or than a spring day in the country. As the dewdrops hang on the cobwebs, like so many dewdrops hanging on cobwebs, the female spider, having laid her eggs, enacts the last rite of her ritual breeding cycle by tenderly eating the male.
That's what I call bed and breakfast.
And the cheeky little chaffinch beckons to his mate.
Here, mate!
And the dainty turtle dove calls his loved one.
Sorry, there's no reply call.
Down in the orchard, the mayflies merrily play at piggyback, and even the lowly maggots munch away in pears, and apples and plums. And in the meadow, even the humble cow knows the promise of romance.
Fear not, Buttercup. You shall go to the bull.
Love is everywhere. Birds do it, bees do it,
Even educated Cleese does it.
No, it doesn't. How wondrous it all is, how pure, how good. And see, here comes a country lad with his lady fair, tripping hand in hand.
My love is like a red, red rose, all newly sprung in June. My love is like a melody.
And her name is Cynthia Prune. Cynthia, come back, Cynthia.
David, don't humiliate yourself anymore. Can't you see she's no good for you, David?
Cynthia.
Let her go. You're worth something better than Cynthia. She's no good. She's never been any good. She's deceitful.
Deceitful?
She's a wanton hussy.
Wanton?
She's corrupt, promiscuous, wicked, and evil. Besides, she's coming out with me tonight.
But if love remains strangely abstract, sexual impulses are infinitely more definable. How well most of us recognize those desires first awakened so long ago when Eve offered Adam the apple.
Here, have a bit. And another. Now.
Oh, I can't eat another one.
Courtship is always a tricky problem. It is up to the man to make some indication of his wishes and the woman to understand and decipher his needs. Sometimes lovers use the language of the eyes.
Aye, aye.
Or the approach may be tentative and oblique.
Excuse me.
Yes?
I couldn't help noticing that you had a bag of jelly babies.
Oh, yes, I have.
Nice, aren't they?
Yes, very nice. Yes?
Christian, I wondered if perhaps
Yes?
you wouldn't mind if I had
Yes?
one of your jelly babies.
Oh,
Please, can I have a jelly baby?
well, I know what you really want.
Thank you. Now, can I have a jelly baby?
Or sometimes directness is the successful approach.
I might as well tell you I'm only after one thing.
Good, because I've only got one.
No.
What happened to the other three? But sex does bring its many problems. After all, some people breed like rabbits. And you can tell them by their long floppy ears. It is very often suggested that more sex should be taught in the classroom.
All right, pay attention. Stop reading, Tompkins. What are you doing, Miss Janet, under the desk? Stop it. I've told you that I don't want any trigonometry in my classroom. Right, all get in the back row in pairs. Dobson, you'll have to be a girl. There you are. Well, you have got a lot to learn, haven't you? Okay, mop up your hair, loosen your ties, and get out your first year Kama Sutras. Page 1, chatting up. Boys, after me. Hello, sweetheart. What's a nice girl like you doing in a place like this?
Hello, sweetheart. What's a nice girl like you doing in a place like this?
Girls, koi giggle see. Come on, giggle Deirdre. Don't do your Latin now, naughty girl. Boys, place left hand on girl's right knee. Girls, remove hand with your left, raising your right hand. Slap. Good. Now kiss and make up. Boys, kiss, and girls make up. And here is tonight's homework.
Hello.
If you have any trouble, get your father to help. And for heaven's sake, get a good night's rest. You've got an exam tomorrow.
But seriously, though, it is vital that children should be taught the facts of life early, clearly, and concisely. Otherwise, there's no knowing what they might get hold of.
I know where babies come from.
Dear, where?
They come from St. Church's Hospital. My mum went to St. Church. 4 days later, comes back with Brother Henry.
Good Lord.
Where did your mum get Lily?
Well, I St. Church.
Sure, there you are. I think that Dr. Chapman's got a lot to answer for.
Yeah.
Handing out sick babies. Sick? Of course they are. They wouldn't be in hospital if they were.
That doesn't explain where they come from in the first place, now does it?
He makes them.
Who does?
Dr. Chapman.
He don't make them.
He does.
He don't, because my daddy had a talk with me about it.
What do you say?
Well, you know flowers, right? Well, you know they have seeds, right? Well, lady flowers have seeds, and men flowers have seeds, and they mix their seeds up, and they grow up into baby flowers, right?
Yeah?
Yeah, my dad says it's just the same with human beings.
Oh.
Mind you, I don't believe him. I mean, I've been through 4 bowls a day years, and I ain't got nothing yet.
I think it's sex, isn't it? I mean, what attracts your St. Bernard to the poodle next door?
Stupidity.
No, sexually, they do things. And men and women do things, too.
What, you mean like rolling about, barking?
That sort of thing.
I know something you don't know.
What's how you do it?
Well, I do. Come here, whisper. Alice Biggers loves Tom Maguire. Pass it on, go on. Hey,
Alice Biggers has joined the choir.
hey, Alice's knickers on fire. Pass it on.
There it goes again. I sometimes think without that band, I wouldn't know where one bit ended and another began. Anyway, but as the high spot of a love affair should come that most exciting day in a young girl's life. And then there's the wedding, too. A wedding is a traditional ceremony. The bride wears white to symbolize purity, and the groom wears black. And it's a show put on as much to entertain the guests as the young couple. But when all is said and done, marriage is a wonderful thing. A matter of sharing, men and women living together. Though, of course, there are times when men like to be alone.
Joan, show the ladies the garden, would you, darling? We chaps have got a few things to say to each other. Men's talk, you understand?
Certainly, darling. Come along, girls.
Now, fellas, I bought
The most divine pink underpants.
But let us conclude with a brief picture of married bliss, as we eavesdrop on a typical domestic scene of our own typical married couple.
John?
Yes, Mary?
John, I hope you don't mind me saying this, but it's just that, well, I've got a feeling lately that you just don't love me anymore. John, forgive me if I'm wrong.
There's nothing to forgive, Mary. You're quite right.
I knew it. You think of me quite differently from the way you used to.
That's not true. I don't think of you at all.
Oh, what's gone wrong, John? I suppose I should have known all along. Our marriage has always been a love-hate relationship.
Quite, Mary. Yes, I love me and I hate you.
I suppose I should have read the signs at the wedding. I would have thought even you would know the ring went on my finger, not through my nose. And why did you wait 40 minutes before you said I do?
I was timing it properly. I wanted to get the love.
And you never bring me flowers nowadays.
I did last week.
A wreath. Oh, John. Why don't you take me on your knee like you used to?
I'm bored at playing ventriloquist.
Oh. I suppose I've got to face it, haven't I? I'm no longer your little pet.
No, not since I got the rhinoceros. Fine yachtsman, and he does a very presentable Archie Andrews. What more could I need?
I haven't given up, you know, John. Really, I'm very happy with you.
Why didn't you tell me?
I didn't want to spoil things for you. I do still find you very, very attractive. Do you understand that?
Perfectly. So do I.
Oh, John, can't you see the love light burning in my eyes?
Darling, your lashes are on fire. Shouldn't smoke that pipe.
Please, John, try and love me just a little bit.
All right, Mary. Just a little bit.
Come here and sit down on the sofa. That's nice, isn't it? Now, look at me. Notice anything? Look, I'm wearing your favorite shorty nightie.
Give it back at once.
John! Listen! I've got something I'm trying to say.
What?
Something very personal.
All right, I'll leave the room.
No, John. Very soon, you will be hearing the patter of tiny feet.
You don't mean...
Yes. I'm taking up tap dancing.
Many of you have written in to ask Bill Oddie to write a nice, simple, tuneful little song. But he's written this.
You've heard them sing of Penny Lane, you've heard them sing of strawberry fields and blackberry way. But there's another street I know, not very far, so shall we go and see it today? Is that okay? Denmark Street, nothing ever happens there in Denmark Street. And no one's going anywhere than Denmark Street. They've got nothing to do. Take me at Denmark Street. Because road in Denmark Street. Where they're going they don't know in Denmark Street. They've got nothing to say. Come away, people sleeping in the sun. Nothing can hurry them. Waiting till the day is done. And they go home to Denmark Street. Oh, they're gonna say Denmark Street. I know they'll never stray from Denmark Street.
And final part of our thrill pack serial, Professor Prune and the Electric Time Trousers. The story story so far. Professor Prune, Percy, and Trixie have travelled all over time and space in the Professor's incredible trousers. But the trousers have been stolen by Fetish, the evil interplanetary archfiend. At last, the Professor and his chums find the trousers in a strange trouser worship temple. But as they are about to reclaim them, the arch-villain Fetish appears. And now listen on as we find what finally happens in the quest for...
The time trousers.
In the strange trouser temple, the Professor and co are confronted by the evil Fetish. Suddenly they hear a strange rumbling noise. And the whole temple collapses and falls on their heads and kills them all, and that's the end of the story. And now, tonight is music night. And this is David Hatch with the David Hatch Strings to bring you melodies for young and old.
Take my hand, I'm a stranger.
What do you think you're doing? Do you mind? I'm crooning. It's my new image. Song, a smile, and a tear. David Hatch.
What about the cereal?
Oh, I finished that. I'm the narrator. To push on.
But, David, this is not right. This is not democratic. This island home of ours is framed through the principles of democracy. Government of the people, for the people, by, with, or from the people. And this is a democratic program. If we did it all your way, why, that would be dictatorship. You see, David, there were others to consider. All right? All right. Good. Now we'll do it my way. Come on, line up over there. Line up. Come on, Oddie, jump to it. Now, on with the story. The time sign is part 13. Exclamation mark. Miraculously arrives the Professor, Percy, and Trixie struggle from the ruins.
Oh, miraculously alive.
Here, now, follow me. I'm the man, and I will lead you to safety.
Oh, Cook!
Quickly, Trixie, we can escape into this cave.
Oh, no, you don't. For in that cave lurks the fiendish monster, Gurkha Devilong Mouse. Creature, half man, half mouse, who lures his victims to their doom with his sweet singing.
Oh, Uncle! Listen!
My heels are alive, and it's without love and mucus, and now I'm song for Europe. Contamination and mutilation.
Oh, doomed by the dreadful Gurkha Devilong Mouse.
If, inch by inch, the Professor and Trixie are lured towards the fearsome teeth of the mouse monster. Leaving only Percy to inherit the power of the time trousers. Hooray!
Oh, who will save us now?
I will save you!
Oh, no, you won't, Joe Kendall.
Oh, yes, I will, John Cleese. Take that! Now, I'm telling the story.
Oh, good. What happened?
Suddenly, Professor Prune fell down a deep hole in the ground, leaving Percy and Trixie alone at last.
Oh, say, Trixie, why are you looking at me like that?
Oh, Percy, I may still have the voice of a 12-year-old girl, but it's 36 years since we started out. I am now a mature woman of 48.
Oh, Trixie,
Oh, Percy.
Oh, Trixie, my little vampire caterpillar.
John.
Sorry, my little chicken.
Oh, Percy, you say the nicest things.
Oh, Trixie.
And as Trixie looked up into the limpid depths of Percy's eyes, suddenly she knew that their destinies were to entwine, that they were to be together forever. And as her eyes misted over, the ringing of the bells shining across the childs and meadows of a dream drifted unbidden into her ears, and sparkling lights danced before her eyes.
Well, that's what happens if you let a woman tell a story, see? Dear me. Well, I suppose I better take over again. The others are obviously incapable of ending the serial properly.
Oh, no, we're not.
Oh, yes, you are.
Now, this is how the story really ended. Nobody was left, nobody at all. Nobody except a little wizened, very, very funny old figure in black tie and tails. You never guess who he was. He introduced himself. My lord, ladies and gentlemen, Grimbling at your service. Yes. yes, he said, quietening the madding crowd. Yes, he was grimbling. Of course he was. Debonair hero of so many adventures. And what's this? What is this? The dashing, handsome fellow pulls from his pocket a 16-piece orchestra. Yes, oh joy, he's going to sing. How glad I am. Oh, you might have seen a butler buttling, and you could have seen a flunky flunk, or a footman's foot, or a tweedy tween. But there's one thing you do not see, though you may sing a chauffeur chauffing, and shooting skibby skib. I know this was what you have missed. As surely as I live, and I only just do. Oh, you've never seen a grimbling. Oh, an awful lot of grimbling stuff. They're grimbling here, they're grimbling there. In fact, they're grimbling in places you've never thought possible.
All right. At least when I was telling the story, I gave you all a fair crack of the whip. Oh, promises. Yes, even you. But now, when you take over, you're also selfish.
Quite agree, David.
I'm going to take over again.
Oh, no, you're not.
Oh, yes,
And welcome to the final part of Professor Prune in the time trousers.
Help! I'm still down a hole in the ground.
With one bound, the professor was free.
Oh, I'm free.
And there before him lay the time trousers. But as he ran towards them...
Not so fast, Professor.
Oh, British.
The thief.
Here we go.
Now, Professor, we meet again.
Oh, you monster, but I'm not beaten yet.
Oh, no?
No. You see.
Go on.
I will.
Please do.
You see, I am not all that I seem. And so saying, the professor cast aside the guise of an elderly loony and revealed himself as... How do you do? Not boring you, am I? Yes, it was Arnold Totteridge, but Fetish, too, had a surprise in store, for he cast aside his disguise to reveal himself as none other than Freddie Waring.
So we're challenge with Hunslet and Great Britain, brothers and rollers, that's all you're getting. Just a minute. This is ridiculous. You're not giving anybody else a chance.
Oh, I'm sorry, but I'm telling the story now.
Oh, no, you're not.
Oh.
Now it's my turn. Tim's turn. Now, where were we? Ah, yes. And so the professor sprang into his trousers and sped away, alone. But there was to be a happy ending. That night, when the professor looked in the cupboard for something for his supper, all he could find was a soggy old pudding.
Lady Constance.
You gorgeous creature, Prune. You can't know how long I've waited for this moment.
About 150 years.
We shall be together forever, and I shall never look back at what's behind me.
Very wise.
And what wonderful things are in front of me.
Wonderful, no. Amazing, perhaps.
Prune, have you never dreamt of this moment?
Only after eating cheese.
Also.
Oh, Constance. Oh, Constance, or may I call you Baggy?
Yes.
This can never be. As far as I'm concerned, it would always be one-sided.
One side would do. I'm not dreaming.
But can't you see, Constance, my answer must be no. I cannot marry you.
Oh, they've come to this, has it? Oh, I gave the professor the best years of my life, and this is how he treats me. Thrown aside like a used tea bag. Cast out into the world without a friend. Nobody to stand by me, to comfort me alone. Oh, will no one help me in my hour of need? Is there no one left who loves me? Whoa!
Yes, it was Spot the dog.
Woof!
And so it all ended happily after all. Pathetic. Absolutely pathetic. All right, I suppose I'll just have to think of an ending to suit you all. How about a party? All right, then. That night, the professor held a party in the time trousers, and everybody was there. All was forgiven, and they were all friends again. face was missing from the revelry. One who should have been among that happy throng, but who stood outside alone. Yes, me. After all I've done for them, ungrateful lot. Look at them all having a rotten party and a rotten time trials. Well, see if I care. I can get along without them, thank you very much. I should say so.
Excuse me, Mr. Hatch.
Oh, it's Mrs. McCrockerty, the jar lady.
Mr. Hatch, sir, I found these old trousers lying around, so I've pressed them for you, sir.
Oh, thanks, but these aren't my trousers. Wait a tick. Trousers? She's pressed them flat. Hello? Hello, anyone in there? Hello? Can anybody hear me? No. No answer. Well, what am I going to do? Well, I suppose there's only one thing I can do. Ladies and gentlemen, tonight is music night.
Take my hand, I'm a stranger in paradise.
That was the last program in the present series of I'm Sorry I'll Read It Again. And in it, you heard the voices of Tim Brooke Taylor, John Cleese, Graham Garden, David Hatch, Joe Ken and Bilotti, bringing you a script written by Graham Garden and Bilotti. The song was Bilotti's too, and Lee and Cohn arranged it, along with the rest of the music, which was played by Dave Lee and the boys. Production was by David Hatch and Peter Titheridge, and now the Right Reverend John Otto Cleese will give you his valediction.
Goodbye, Tillis. I'm sorry I'll read that again.